Hello and welcome back on my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi, Learning by Doing. So recently what I'm learning is I'm learning the C Sharp language, and along with that I'm trying to find different use cases in which we use the C Sharp language in UiPath and try to make our code, or you can say workflow, more faster and reliable, because we know that there are different activities we can perform, data table operations, we can perform different operations, but there are some cases in which when you use code it is very much helpful. So recently I've been exploring that. So while exploring that, I found one important concepts that I thought on which I should make a video. So in this video what we are going to do is we are going to create a column like we have in SQL database. When we create a database we have a primary key, so we cannot insert the duplicate values in that. Now the normal approach is what we follow is we insert the data and then we remove the duplicates using the data table activities in UiPath. But today in this video, what we are going to do is we are going to create a column which is itself a primary key, or you can say it is unique. So we are going to use the C Sharp language and we are going to write only few lines of code in which what we will do is we will create a column, let's say ID, which will be unique and you cannot enter the duplicate values. So when you are building the complete workflow, you don't have to add that additional steps wherein you are removing the duplicate values or doing something like that, right? So today in this video we'll be seeing that using the invoke code activity. So let's get started with that. Okay, so here I've already written the code, but don't worry, I'll be explaining each of the code line of code in easy language, right? So what I have done is, let me first show the variables. I have one variable called dt2 that is of type data table. You see dt2 and the variable type is data table. Now I have used the invoke code activity. In invoke code, you see there are two languages that we can select, VB.NET and C Sharp. So what I have done is I have selected C Sharp, right? And there are arguments. So whatever the processing that we are doing in our invoke code activity, the same final data table after complete all the operations, we will assign it to the variable that we have created in our UiPath variable section, right? So the value is dt2. Now let me go to the edit code section, right? So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm creating a data table. You see, this is the simple syntax, system.data.data table. The data table name table is equals to new data table parent ID, parent table. Now you see the table name is what we are specifying in the brackets, that is the parenthesis, right? Now we are going to add one column. Like we said, I'm going to create a unique column. Let's name it as ID. So to create a column, first you need to declare a column object that we are doing column, and we will add data to it in this code itself. So you see declare variables for data column and data row objects. So these two steps we have done. Create new column, column name, and add to data table, right? So the column is the object that we have created. I'm assigning it to new data column. Then data type is going to be integer, right? Because it is an ID, so it is going to be of integer. Column name is ID. Okay. So these are all the functions of, you can say, column. Let me show you that. So if I do this, like when we are building the UiPath code, how we do is column dot count, column dot something else. So that are the functions that we have. So if I type column dot, you say allow db null, auto increment, increment speed, step, and you see there are multiple functions over here. So I'm going to first what we did, we created a column, we assigned it a data type, we assigned it a name. Are we going to keep it as read only? This we have kept it as true, right? Then this is the main function that we are talking about of making it as a primary key. When you make the function column dot unique as true, you cannot add the duplicate values. So this is what you need to keep in mind, and this is very much important that you are setting the unique property of that particular column as true. If it is false, and then you can add duplicate values, but if it is true, you cannot add the duplicate values. That is what we are doing in this particular step. So this is the main, part of our complete concept that we are trying to implement. Then table is what we created, table dot columns dot add and the column object, right? So this all are the functions. If you see, if I type table dot columns dot add, and if you see in bracket, I have data column, I have string column name, I have string column name, then type, I have string column name type, and then expression, and only add. So that we have done already. Table dot count add column. Now what we are doing is we are going to add some values, right? Okay, I think that is what we changed the name. Yeah, we are going to run a for loop and we are going to add few values to that, right? So from 0 till 2, so 0, 1 and 2, there will be 3 entries in our rows. And at the end, as I said, dt2 is what we declared in the arguments. We are assigning that complete data table, the value or the entries that we have in our table, that is inside this code which we are passing to the argument that we have created. So you see, this is very just few simple line of code. This is like, it looks like 20 line, but I can just simply reduce the line, and our task will be done, right? I could just simply shift this line over here by putting the is equals to sign. So what I've done is I've simply written a 20 line of code and I have added the 3 values. So first, now let's run it. Okay, and in message box I'm displaying the column and the total number of rows, right? So let me just click on debug the file. And you see we have one column and 3 rows, like we have added 0, 1 and 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a add data row activity. Okay, and let me, now we know that our row is going to have 3 values, that is 0, 1 and 2, since we are running that for loop, right? Now let me put the data table over here, and in array row, make sure you always use curly brackets, and I know 2 is already present, right? So I'm going to put 2 again and save, and now it will throw me an error because we have defined that particular column as unique and we cannot add values to that. Now you see, add data row, column ID is constrained to be unique, value 2 is already present. So this is how we are already avoiding, rather than performing the extra steps of removing the duplicates row later after inserting, we are initially only taking that particular constraint and we are restricting the duplicate data inside our particular column, that is ID. Now here it is ID, it can be anything, it can be employee ID which is unique, it can be a product ID or something like that. But now if I put 3 over here, right, let me save and run. Now it should get inserted because we do not have that value present inside, and we have column 1 and row 4, that is what the output which should get. Yes, so you see, this is how, while writing, like in, I think in 7 to 8 minutes, we have built a complete concept in which we are creating a data table column as a primary key. So if you have learned SQL and if you have been working with database, you will understand the concept of primary key. Primary key is something that you cannot add duplicate values to that particular row. So I will be making more videos on this as well, like how you can leverage the functions and the power of C# programming language, and you can build workflows which are more feasible and reliable and much faster, and avoiding the duplicate tasks that you need to do. Because even when we are building the workflow, we need to make sure that we are following the best practices and reducing the number of activities that we are using. So thank you for watching the complete video. I hope you understood the complete concept and each line of code was very clear. If not, you can definitely comment in the comment section and I will try to answer your question. Please do subscribe. Thank you.